Hi, I'm Coach Max with My Fitness Guide, and today we have the 6 weeks to change your life. As a personal trainer and nutrition coach, I have noticed that most people have troubles usually with the same 6 problems. And in my personal experience of helping people with out through their journey, I have noticed that there are 6 habits that no matter what your goal is, it will be able to help you towards it, help you feel better, and help you lose some body fat along the way. And it's very important for me to share this information for free. I want to give out high quality information, and this is all essentially the basics of my coaching program, where once again, everybody, no matter what their goal, they will end up doing at some point, or at least working on these. So if we can work on the basics for free and you get good use out of it, hopefully we can work together when you need more advanced steps as well. And especially, too, as the fitness industry becomes a multi-billion-dollar industry, most of the high quality and some of the greatest coaches are already priced at hundreds of dollars an hour, thousands of dollars a month. And they give out most of the same information or build on the same habits. So if we can start for free, let me save you some money, follow along, and let these things change your life. So we'll start off with an overview of what the 6 weeks to change your life habits are. We have a food journal. We're going to learn how to plan, prioritize, and prepare. We're going to learn how to hand portion. We're going to learn about lean proteins, healthy carbs, and fruits and veggies. I know there's going to be some keto people out there saying, what about fats? Carbs are evil. We could talk about that a little bit more in the later weeks to come. And I just won't really touch on that just yet. But we'll go more in depth on everything, on the what, when, where, why, and how of it all, of how everything is interlocked. But for today and for this next week, we're just going to be focusing on the food journal. And this is the first habit of any client, no matter what their goal is, gets. Whether this is someone who's a bodybuilder or somebody who just got off the street and wanted to learn how to eat better. So what is a food journal and what method is the best? So a food journal is just a method of tracking what you are eating. Just like most things, there are levels to it. If starting out, I always suggest going for the simplest option. Because although it may be the most accurate way to predict and to achieve weight loss by counting calories, it is not ideal for beginners on their own. And especially if you're not training for a bodybuilding show or some sort of weight-based competition like wrestling, or just even preparing for like a cover shoot in GQ. You don't need that exact of numbers to achieve success. And so a food journal could literally just be a sheet where you write down when you ate, what you ate, and how it made you feel. It could also be a submission on your favorite tracking app, like My Fitness Guide, or I know there is Chrono Counter as well. And as we talked about, there is no necessary, it is not necessary to actually track your calories. Just right now, just put down what you are eating, and we can worry about the rest of it later. And then lastly, my personal favorite is actually just a photo food journal. It's because the phone eats right. Am I right? Phone eats first. Am I right? Fuck, I messed that one up. But I digress. So how can we use a food journal effectively? Whatever method you use, you have to keep a few things in mind. 1, it has to be done consistently before or after your meal. 2, there has to be a review of what you ate either daily or weekly. And 3, you have to find accountability. Without these 3 points, the process won't be as impactful. If you can't reliably track your intake, it will be tougher to find habits later on that you will really need to focus on. And if you don't have a method of review, you can't figure out paths forward. And if accountability is lacking, then none of the above things mentioned actually get done. And so then from there, we're going to figure out why use a food journal. The reason I start with a food journal first is because it's just simply gathering data. Data can't hurt your feelings. It is just a scientific point of measurement. And when first working with someone, I want them to know. I want them to know a few things, and for me to know a few things as well. What their general patterns are, revolving like their meal times and meal composition, as far as like food quality. The best way to get an understanding of that is with a food journal. I will always tell clients too, I don't want them to change anything for this habit. You still get to eat as you normally would. The greatest thing, though, about this habit is it brings a lot of attention and awareness to it, your food choices. So people actually start making better, quote unquote, food choices for them and their goals. And change without effort is the sweetest thing in the world. And just a quick disclaimer too, I am not here to tell you what to eat. I am not a registered dietitian. If you need meal plans or help with dietary restrictions or have disordered eating habits, they are qualified individuals who can and will help you. I cannot, I am not a registered dietitian. But what I can help with is general eating habits, as far as like making sure you're doing what is considered generally the correct way to achieve your athletic or body goals. If you want to lose weight and feel and be as healthy as you can be, you will have to eat fruits and veggies. If you want to maintain muscle mass while you're losing weight, you have to eat lean quality protein. Or even if you want to build muscle mass, you're going to need to have some lean quality protein. So just things like that that I can actually help with and give you suggestions onto. Once again, I cannot tell you what to legally eat. So in summation, a food journal is a super low effort way to start changing your eating habits. By setting a system to gather data, to review it, and to hold yourself accountable, you can start changing without trying. It can also help out your primary care doctors, if health issues start to arrive, as far as I can remember, probably about 8 years ago, 2015 to maybe 10 years ago, the biggest thing that I was hearing was celiac disease and being gluten intolerant. So something like that. If you think that you may have like a gluten intolerance, using a food journal in conjunction with your doctors is such a powerful tool. It can kind of help narrow down if you actually do have it or if it's something totally else altogether. But that is with you and your doctors. And as I mentioned earlier, this is my way of giving out free nutrition coaching and to make it accessible to everyone. If you do feel like you need that extra accountability, reach out to a friend or someone who has achieved what you want and see if they can help you, or even reach out to one of our coaches like myself, and we can help you out, and help you keep everything on track. So make sure to follow along for next week, where we'll be talking about the 3 Ps: planning, prioritizing, and preparing. And as always, we are your guide on the side, My Fitness Guide. See you later.